Hi, Matt Sell, Electrical Channel. Quick one on relays, as I was asked about it by a good friend of mine, who's a little more handsome and taller than I am. Yeah, basically relays. I've always said once you've figured out two-way and intermediate switching, as an electrician, you've basically figured out everything. Other than that, it's like carrying current and whatever, but that's really the guts of it, and then that can lead you into electronics and stuff. So relays is what we're doing. It's just switching, right? So we'll be using a normally closed, common, normally open connections, which is ostensibly, it's a two-way light switch, right? Not rated for 10 amps, but it's that, right? Because at any point it's, getting between the two things. So that's all there is to it, really. I don't know if you've ever connected up a light switch where you've had the opportunity to do like a couple of banks of lights, but you do one bank into L1 and another bank into L2, and then you switch it. So like one's on and then you switch it, and then that one goes off but the other one comes on. It's that with resistances. What else can I say about it? It's an input, so therefore it is monitored like a smoke detector would be, or a cool point would be. Any input to a panel, you want to know if someone's mucked around with it, someone's gone through a cable, someone's removed a device. So it's monitored. So therefore it has an end of line, which is doing the monitoring. I'm using an Apollo IO for this. So the end of line for that is 20K, and the trigger for it is 1K. So I might normally say like, oh, your fire resistor is 1K. But it's a trigger, because you might not always be using it for fire. You might be using it for, I don't know, like even some people use rudimentary door entry systems with their fire alarm panel, whatever. Or something goes into fault and you want the IO to know about it or whatever. So trigger 1K. What we have today on the bench is a Kentech Synchro panel, which is about 15 years old, rebadged for EMS fire sale, so it keeps thinking that all the stuff connected to it is wireless, and I haven't bothered to correct that because I've auto lent it. I've got a Apollo IO. It's a mains one for main switching. It can do 230 volts, but I'm only using the input side of it here for the sake of that. And I've got a Fike twin flex panel. Sidebar, I think they're probably my favorite conventional panel. Yeah, functionality for the price point is amazing, but it deserves a whole other video, so let's not get into that. Right, so these are monitored. How are they monitored? They are monitored by the use of an end of line resistor, the 20K ones. It tells you on here helpfully the resistance end of lines 20K, inputs 1K. There we go. Right, and to display the monitoring, whip you out of there, baby. Right, already upset with me. I've disabled the buzzer because it gets on my tits, but I'm not going to show you how to do it. But yeah, so we've got a fault there, right? And then pop you back. She's happy. Lally job. Cool. Right. And then we've got our 1K resistor down here. All right, baby. So yeah, we've got Brun, which I'm going to take back. We've got blue, which I'm going to take back. I've already set up Blue Peter style, the 1K. And let's show you a bit about it. So here we go. Let's whip. They're already upset with me. There we go. I'm going to bring from my other panel. I mean, that could just as easily be a relay, all right, babe, there we go. It could easily be a relay on something else. It could be the gas suppression system. It could be the flow switch on your sprinkler. But normally closed, common, normally open, fairly standard setup for these things. We've got, so you're in there, Let's bring over here. Hopefully this lines up nicely enough. I don't mind that. So we're going to bring our end of line into normally closed. Wago, Vargo, let's call the whole thing off. Into there. Right, now our fault is gone because it can see the end of line, right? So let's have a look and think about this. So using the analogy of the two-way light switch, common, we have that on there, right? L1 presently closed. So our relationship is between this resistor and this cable. That is our, and this cable, just looked at the feet, yeah, right. L1 closed. So our relationship is between our end of line, 20k, and our common, right? So the bank of lights in the left side of the room's on. When the panel goes into fire, it will swap round, right? So to give it its full name, we've got normally closed going open, and then we have normally open going closed, right? So that is the other bank of lights coming on. So if I pop us into fire, okay, do you see that? So now we are in fire here, but also we're in fire over here. We've triggered it. We're all millennials, we know what being triggered is. Let's reset you, baby. Get you out of here. Let us hold on. Silence you. You always got to silence first with a twin flex panel. You are silenced. We've just got a battery fault back, which is fine because I'm connected up any batteries. We're still in fire over here. Reason being is that this is an auto-learnt connection. Therefore, I've done no programming. Therefore, I haven't told the panel to be non-latching, okay? It's literally just treating it like a detector's gone off or a call point's gone off. It's fine. I would have to program the panel to tell it to non-latch, which is the best scenario, because stuff like that you need to get written in, you know, agreed in writing and whatever, because it's a delay, it's turning things off. Yeah, but we can simply, we're in excess 2, we just reset that. It's happy. It's not in fault because it can see the end of line. So there we are. Hope you're enjoying that. As I say, switching, that's all it is. And then depending on the functionality of the panel you have, you can then program it to do various things, bring up certain messages. For this particular friend that prompted this video, we did one recently where we connected up some ACO devices, and they were monoxide, right? Domestic style monoxide for like the misburning of fuels, like you'd get with boilers and log fires and stuff. And we, with the communication device we had, we programmed that to send a monoxide warning. So as well as your fire warning and your fault warning that you might normally do with a monitored system or a, you know, something that's talking to an arc, we programmed one of the pins on the device, connected up in this fashion with the triggers and such. When that saw monoxide via the ACO relay, it then told our panel, oh, that's what that is. We did it via an IO in the programming. So as I say, once you're an electrician, you figured out 2N intermediate switching, you've kind of figured out how to do anything. It's just, what are we trying to do? How are we trying to do it? You know, same as, you know, our selection of smoke detection. You know, are you going to have optical? Are you going to have your nuclear, right? Because nuclear, but you know, they do different things. Is it slow burning fire? Is it going to create a lot of smoke? Is it going to be low temperature? You know, Same as you'd pick a PIR, you know, is it going to pick you up as you walk in the room, or would a microwave sensor be more appropriate? It's that kind of thinking. It's just switching. That's how this all works. Questions, comments in yeah, underneath the video, like and subscribe. I hope this helps. I might do a drawing for it, I might not. We'll see how it goes. Ta!